Ithaca presents The Nazi Conspiracy, written by Brad Meltzer and Josh Mensch, and read by Mark Elstob. Prologue. Tehran, Iran, November the 28th, 1943. The president is hiding. The street is lined with soldiers. There are thousands of them, stretching for blocks on both sides. Most wear Soviet uniforms, some are British or American. They brandish automatic rifles. In the hot, dry air, they're using their weapons and bodies to block the noisy crowds who are trying to push through to get a look at what's happening. Or rather, who's coming. It's a broad avenue, a central thoroughfare through the bustling city of Tehran, the capital of Iran. Here, in late November 1943, the city is in a heightened state of commotion. Starting today, it'll be the site of one of the most important events over the course of the global war currently sweeping the world. The event was previously kept secret, but has now been revealed to the public. Although Iran is not engaged in the war militarily, it is under Allied control. Thus, the prevalence of Soviet security forces on hand for the event. A surge of noise rises from the crowd. Soldiers and onlookers alike turn toward the procession of cars approaching, a mix of military and civilian vehicles. At the center of the motorcade is a long, dark sedan glistening in the bright sun. This is the vehicle the soldiers have been ordered to protect. Those who can catch a glimpse see a driver in the car's front seat. In the back is a single passenger, a tall, white-haired man in late middle age. The crowds on either side of the avenue crane their necks to get a better look. Intermittently, the passenger is visible through the car's rear windows. The onlookers lean forward, everyone trying to see the President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Or at least, that's who they think is inside. As the presidential entourage makes its way through the city, it passes crowded marketplaces and residential buildings. Some residents watch the spectacle through windows or from roofs. The dark sedan's destination today isn't a secret. The president is traveling to the Soviet embassy, a walled and heavily guarded complex of buildings north of the city center. There, FDR will meet with two fellow world leaders who are his allies in the war, Joseph Stalin, Premier of the Soviet Union, and Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. It will be a summit of world historical importance, the first time the Big Three leaders of the Allied forces in the ongoing war will come together in person. This conference took nearly a year of planning, involving immense geopolitical coordination and complicated security considerations. Yet amid the grand spectacle, all is not as it seems. Unbeknownst to onlookers and soldiers, and even to many within the procession, the tall, grey-haired man in the back seat of this sedan is not, in fact, the President of the United States. Instead, he's a member of the U.S. Secret Service wearing a bulletproof vest and pretending to be the President. The real President isn't even in this motorcade. At this moment, the real FDR is ducked down in the back of a very different vehicle, a small, dirty sedan racing through the back streets of the city. While the sleek black presidential limousine is surrounded by armed vehicles and military personnel, the nondescript car transporting the actual president is escorted only by a single fast-moving jeep as it tears through the winding streets. Why this elaborate deception? Late the previous night, top Soviet intelligence officials notified U.S. security of an alarming discovery. In this city under Allied control, disguised Nazi agents are on the move. Their mission, according to the Soviets, is to kill Roosevelt, and Churchill, and Stalin. It's an almost unbelievable plot, breathtaking in its audacity. Right here in Tehran, during this momentous conference, Nazi agents will attempt to assassinate the Big Three. If successful, this plot will have consequences almost impossible to fathom. For nearly 4 years now, the Second World War has enveloped the planet. Entire regions of Europe, Asia, and North Africa have been utterly devastated. The suffering...
Sample complete. to continue?